Hello, everybody. If you're new here, welcome to the Little Chapel of Faith Catholic Ministries. I am here with our reading from the Diary of Saint Faustina. Um, so, if you are just coming on and you're just hearing this for the first time, our YouTube channel does have a playlist for these readings and some other interesting videos in there as well about St. Faustina. So if you want to kind of go through them and catch up to where we are now, or if you just want to continue from here, great. Um, but we're going to begin where we left off yesterday. My Jesus, you know what my soul goes through. At the recollection of these sufferings, I have often marveled that the angels and saints hold their peace at the sight of a soul suffering like that. Yet they may have special love for such moments. My soul is often crying out after God, as a little child who cries as loudly as he can when his mother covers his face and he cannot recognize her. O my Jesus, honor and glory to you for these trials of love. Great and incomprehensible is your mercy. All that you intend for my soul, O Lord, is steeped in your mercy. I will mention here that those who live with such a person should not add external sufferings. For indeed, when the soul's cup is full, the little drop we may add to it may be to undrop too much, and the cup of bitterness will overflow. And who will answer for such a soul? Let us be aware of adding to the suffering of others, because that is displeasing to the Lord. If the sisters or the superiors knew or even suspected the soul was suffering such trials, and they nevertheless added still other sufferings, they would be sinning gravely, and God Himself would demand an account of them on behalf of such a soul. I am not speaking here of instances in which their nature are sinful, but of things which in circumstance would not be sinful. I'm sorry. Let us be on our guard against having the weight of such a soul on our conscience. There is a grave and common defect in religious life, namely, that when one sees a suffering soul, one always wants to add even more suffering. I do not say that everyone acts like this, but there are some. We take the liberty of passing all sorts of judgments and repeat them when we would do better to remain silent. The tongue is a small member, but it does big things. A religious who does not keep silent will never attain holiness. That is, she will never become a saint. Let her not delude herself, unless it is the Spirit of God who is speaking through her, for then she must not keep silent. But in order to hear the voice of God, one has to have silence in one's soul and keep silent. Not a gloomy silence, but an interior silence, that is to say, recollection in God. One can speak a great deal without breaking silence, and on the contrary, one can speak little and be constantly breaking silence. Oh, what irreparable damage is done by the breach of silence. We cause a lot of it to harm our neighbor, but even more to harm our own selves. In my opinion, and according to my experience, the rule concerning silence should stand in the very place. God does not give himself to chattering soul, which, like a drone in a beehive, buzzes around, but gathers no honey. A talkative soul is empty. It lacks both the essential virtues and intimacy with God. A deeper interior life, one of gentle peace of that silence where the Lord dwells, is quite out of the question. A soul that has never tasted the sweetness of inner silence is a restless spirit, which disturbs the silence of others. I've seen many souls in the depths of hell for not having kept their silence. They told me so themselves when I asked what was the cause of their undoing. These were souls of religious. My God, what an agony it is to think that not only might they have been in heaven, but they might have even become saints. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. I'm going to end that there for today. We'll be back tomorrow for more. I'm trying to grab my pencil here so I don't lose my spot. And I'm doing some research on the scapular because I want to make sure I get everything right before I post about it. But I will be posting some information about that. Some may not know because I certainly did not. Some of the blessings that can come from it as far as what we can do to stay true to it etc. But like I said, I'm going to make sure I get all my information correct before I hand it out to everyone. I don't want to you know, get that wrong. So that will be coming. But for today, that is all. I will be doing more posts later, as I usually do later in the evening. But for now, God bless. Be safe. Be well.